Next question. Question number 85. The next 4 or 5 questions are very, very beautiful questions, sir. Next question, whatever you are seeing on the screen right now, this is your original SSC CGL examination question, and they will keep asking this kind of questions. Very, very important question. Listen to this very carefully. Listen to this very, very carefully. Now see here. See here. The question says P minus Q into P minus R equal to 1, and they are also giving you Q minus R plus 5 equal to 0. Then find the value of P minus Q whole cube minus 1 by P minus Q whole cube. Now, I will solve this question in multiple methods. You decide which method you are comfortable with and you can implement that method in your examination. Now, the most easiest method that you can implement for this particular question to get the answer in the faster way is, this is of the form x cube minus 1 by x cube. X cube minus 1 by x cube will be of the form k cube plus 3k. That means your answer should be of the form k cube plus 3k. 110 is k cube minus 3k. That means it is 125 minus 15. This cannot be the answer. 1 is not of the form k cube plus 3k. 125 is exactly of the form k cube. Answer for this question is 140. 140 is nothing but 5 cube 125 plus 3 into 5. 125 plus 15 is 140. The most easiest way of solving this question is by this particular method what I solved right now, and this will be the most beautiful method to be implemented. But having said that, what if I have another option which is also of the form k cube plus 3k? What if I have some other option? Suppose for example 36. 36 is 27 plus 9. It is k cube plus 3k format itself. What if I have another option? 64 plus 3 into 4. 64 cube plus 3 into 4. 64 plus 12. It is nothing but 76. What if I have 76 as my another option? So if I have multiple options, this beautiful method of method 1 cannot be used to get the right answer. So I will switch on to multiple different methods. I will teach you another 1 or 2 methods extra also, so you can decide upon which is the method you are comfortable with. Method 2. Listen to this very carefully, sir. Method 2. Now, can I say that whatever they are asking you in the question they are asking you something called as P minus Q whole cube, P minus Q whole cube minus 1 divided by P minus Q whole cube. That is what they are asking you in the question. Again I am repeating, P minus Q whole cube minus 1 divided by P minus Q whole cube is what they are asking you in the question. Now see here, can I say that P minus Q whole cube minus 1 divided by P minus Q whole cube. If I want to find that value, then I should know the value of P minus Q minus 1 divided by P minus Q. If I know this value as K, for example, then finding out P minus Q whole cube minus 1 divided by P minus Q whole cube is definitely not a difficult task. Now see here, sir, some or the other way I should get this P minus Q minus 1 divided by P minus Q value. How will I get it? Observe carefully. They have given you another condition. That condition is Q minus R plus 5 equal to 0. Q minus R plus 5 equal to 0. Let me put that equation. Q minus R plus 5 equal to 0 is what they have given you. Can I say that from this, if I subtract or if I multiply the entire left hand side by negative minus 1, if I subtract entire thing by minus 1 in the left hand side, this becomes minus Q plus R minus 5. Right hand side also 0 into minus 1 is 0. Why did I do like this? Because minus Q plus r, I can write it as minus 5 right hand side. If I shift it, it becomes plus 5. First of all, why did I do like this right now? See here, observe carefully. This is where your all skill set will come into picture. I have minus q. I have minus q with me, and I also have r with me. I also have 5 with me. This is the equation. I wrote it once again. But if you observe carefully, I just do not want minus q, but I want p minus q. That means I should add p. If I add p on the left hand side, I should also subtract p on the left hand side. Then only the equation will be balanced. If I add p on the left hand side, I should subtract p on the left hand side. That means p minus q plus r minus q is equal to 5. Observe carefully, sir. The p minus q first term I will write it as it is. This r minus q, whatever I have, I will take minus outside and I will write it as q minus r. P minus q minus of q minus r. This is equal to 5. Why did I write all these things? Because in my question they have given another beautiful condition. 1 minute, sir. There is a small mistake I think I have done. Yes, the mistake is here. If I am adding p here, on the left hand side, I should subtract by p here, right? But I subtracted by q. That's the mistake what I did. So I should subtract by p. That means this is not basically q minus r, that is p minus r once again. So this small mistake I did here, I am eliminating that mistake right now. I hope you are understanding right now. P minus q minus of p minus r equal to 5. But one beautiful extra condition they have given in the question. That condition says p minus q into p minus r equal to 1. That means p minus q can be written as 1 divided by p minus r, or p minus r can be written as 1 divided by p minus q. That means this p minus r I will write it as 1 divided by p minus q. The other things extra, whatever it is there in the equation, I will just write exactly as it is. That means, can I say that I was actually looking to find p minus q minus 1 by p minus q value, so that if I know that value, I can easily find p minus q whole cube minus 1 by p minus q whole cube value also very easily, and I got that value as 5 right now. So whenever I know p minus q minus 1 divided by p minus q value, it is very easy for me to find the cube of it. That means p minus q whole cube minus 1 divided by p minus q whole cube. This can be easily found as k cube plus 3 times of k. 5 cube plus 3 into 5. Answer for this question is 140 by using method 2. But as I told you, method 1 is the best method to be implemented in this question for the given options. But what if I have more than one options which are of the form k cube plus 3k? This method 2 will play a very handy role in getting the answer in the most easiest way possible, and you should know how to manipulate the given equation according to our requirements, and then only you can solve it very easily. I hope method 2 is very clear. But having said that, once again, I will not stop at method 2, because wherever there is a possibility, I want to teach my students with multiple methods, so that you will be very comfortable with whichever the method you think that it is comfortable for you. Now see here, they are giving you in the question p minus q into p minus r equal to 1. Let me write it once again. The thing which is given is p minus q into p minus r equal to 1, and there is another beautiful condition which is given in the question, q minus r plus 5 equal to 0. Q minus r plus 5 equal to 0. These two are given in the question. Now see here, sir, whenever in algebra, we are actually now discussing algebra. Everyone is aware of that. In algebra, in this particular question, we have 3 variables. We have 3 variables in this question. First variable is p. Let me write it if you want. Second variable is q, and the third variable is r. Now, in any question in algebra, if we have 3 variables, put any one of the variable as 0. Very simple. Any question in algebra, if we have 3 variables, put one of the variables as 0. The moment you put one of the variables as 0, you will get the solution for that particular question very easily. But assume that after having putting one of the variables as 0, you did not get the solution. Assume that you did not get the solution. Then put another variable also as 0. I hope you are getting it. Whenever you put one of the variable as 0, suppose assume that you put R0. When you put R0, you are not getting the solution. Actually, you should get it. But in case if you are not getting, put another variable Q also as 0. This time you will definitely get it. Automatically your solution will come when you put 2 variable 0. But one thing you should be very careful when you are putting the variables as 0 is you should not reduce the equation to any of these formats. 0 by 0 format it should not reduce. 1 by 0 format or anything in the numerator by 0 format it should not reduce. Infinity by infinity format it should not reduce. You should make sure that the equation, when you are putting the variables as 0, the equation should not get reduced to any of these forms. If you find that the equation is getting reduced to any of these forms, instead of putting variables 0, put variable as some other numerical value. The next easy numerical value is 1. Solve with 1. But it is also very important to find out which variable to be made as a 0. That is also very important, sir, right? It is not just putting some random variable 0. It is also important to know which variable you should put it as 0. Now see here, this condition is given in the question, p minus q into p minus r equal to 1. I wrote it in method 3. This other condition, q minus r plus 5 equal to 0, that also I wrote it. Let me write down this also. P minus q whole cube minus 1 by p minus q whole cube is what I need to find. P minus q whole cube minus 1 divided by p minus q whole cube. This is what I need to find in the question. Now see here, when you observe all these things, one thing for sure which is there for you people here is, if you observe, the variable which is repeating maximum number of times, you should check. If I put any one variable as 0, then the complexity of the question should reduce tremendously. The complexity of the question should become very simple. That means the complex question should look very easy for you when you put any of the variable 0. That variable you should target always. If you observe, the best thing in this question is putting q value 0, because the moment I put q value 0, here also it is 0, here also it is 0. The question will now reduce to p cube minus 1 by p cube. I hope you are understanding. P cube minus 1 by p cube is equal to how much? That is what they are asking you in the question. And similarly here also q value 0. This equation reduces to p into p minus r equal to 1. P into p minus r equal to 1, and here also q value 0, minus r plus 5 equal to 0, and minus r plus 5 equal to 0 is nothing but equal to r is equal to 5. That means the moment you put q value 0, you also got to know the value of r. Substitute it here. This becomes p into p minus 5 equal to 1, or in other language, this is p square minus 5p minus 1 equal to 0, which can be reduced as p minus 1 by p is equal to 5. And I am sure that the moment you know the value of p minus 1 by p as some constant k or equal to 5, you can easily find the value of p cube minus 1 by p cube without any difficulty. So p cube minus 1 by p cube will be easily found out right now as 5 cube plus 3 times of 5. Answer is 125 plus 15, which is 140. Sir, I am not telling you to apply method 1. I am not even telling you to apply method 2, or I am not even telling you to apply method 3. I am only telling you to apply the method whichever you think that it is comfortable for you. I am repeating my statement which I have told it many times in the past. It is not that this method is easy for you or some other method is easy for you. It is all about how much practice you will put on every method. My role as a teacher is to teach you multiple methodologies, but your role as a student is to pick up the methodology whichever you are comfortable with. Go with the method you love and you think that it is comfortable. I solved method 1 assuming that there is only one option where it is of the form k cube plus 3k. Yes, in the given options actually it was only one, but what if it is more than one given in the examination, right? So that is the reason I switched on to method 2. Method 2 I reduced it in the form of p minus q minus 1 by p minus q format, and then I solved it eventually, which is also a beautiful method. Method 3 is even more simpler actually if you practice. For me, I love method 1 and method 3 more than method 2. Method 3 is just put some variables 0. Just make some variable 0, target that variable which is given maximum number of times in the questions, so that it will be easy for you to analyze it. And then the question reduces tremendously. The complexity of the level decreases. The complexity level of the question decreases and you can solve it very easily. I hope question number 80, how much sir? 85 if I am not wrong. Yes, question number 85 is very clear for you people with all the 3 methods in fact.